Today we're going to introduce you to the different stages of clay. And the reason we want you to know what these different stages are is because your clay is going to go through all of these stages before you're able to get your final product.
So the first stage, which is not exactly like this, is rocks, but real rocks that turn into clay, and water getting broken down into fine particles and then squished together.
After you have your clay all ground up, your rocks mixed with water, it's very watery and it becomes slip. And this is something that you could use, you could squirt out and decorate your clay with, or you can just use it to attach two pieces of clay, much like you would when you just scratch or score your clay and add water to it. You're basically creating slip.
Okay, so what is slurry?
Slurry is thicker than slip, but it's too gooey to be working clay. So you could use this to attach two pieces just like you do slip, but it's a little, it's pretty nasty, like gravy. But just, you're gonna see this at some point in the recycled bucket, and now you know what it is.
All right, so normally you're going to start with clay that looks like this. This is what you're going to find in the recycled bucket. And you're going to have to learn how to take this and wedge it and turn it into usable clay.
And by wedging it, it'll take some of that water out. This is working clay right here, also processed clay that you're going to get from the bag. And this is mainly pretty much where you're going to start for all of your projects.
All right, this is often what we call leather hard clay. Leather hard clay is something that was processed. You made something out of it, but it still needs work. With a throne bowl, it still needs to be trimmed.
And with any other project you're working with, this is a good stage to do any carving you want to do in it. At this stage, your clay is considered bone dry, and it's ready to be fired in the kiln. All the water's been evaporated, but it could still, if you stuck it in a bucket of water, you could turn it back into slip or slurry or any kind of recycled clay at this point until it's been fired.
And if you look at the difference, this is whitish and this is grayish. This was the leather hard and this is bone dry.
And you can even feel it, that this is still cool, the leather hard, whereas the bone dry is just room temperature.
All right, so after you've taken that bone dry clay and put it in the kiln, it becomes bisqueware. Bisqueware you can bang on and it won't break. And it's ready to be painted with glaze.
This piece has been glazed, but it hasn't been fired yet. So it needs to go into the kiln and be fired one more time before it becomes glazeware.
For the final firing, and if you feel the surface, you'll feel it's real chalky like that.
And something else to notice is that what's going to happen after it's fired, the colors are going to change. So it's always important when you're glazing a piece of work that you look at the color chart so you know what you're getting, and you want to clean the bottom off because that glaze will become liquid glass while it's being fired and it'll stick to the bottom of the kiln and ruin your piece and the kiln.
And then all those stages of clay, and at the very end you have a glazed piece of ceramics. Notice the bottom's all clean. This can hold water or soup or anything you want. It's a finished product.